second part of Children at Work. He caught up with the girl as she was leaving the station. When they got to the road, Velu found that the vehicles kept coming and never stopped for anyone. Smoke and dust flew at him from all sides, making his head spin. They had to wait for a long time before they could find a gap to run through. Velu kept hesitating, and the girl finally dragged him to the other side. Once Velu decided to go after the girl, he made up to her as she almost left the station. And as soon as they reached the road, that is, Velu and the girl reached the road, Velu noticed that the traffic did not stop for anyone. The pollution from smoke and the dust came to him from each side, which made him feel dizzy. And it took them a while to find enough space to be able to cross the road. Till then, they had to wait. Velu was not at all confident about crossing the road in the midst of the moving vehicles. But the girl pulled him and made it to the other side of the road. What do you think you're doing? Grazing cows? If you stand around in the middle of the road like that, you will be chutney. Velu's heart was still beating fast. He looked back at Central Station and the traffic speeding by. How had they managed to come through that? They walked along the side of the road under some huge signboards. Velu looked up at the pictures: bunions, car tires, pens, a woman holding a box. The writing was all in English, so he did not know what it meant. Here we can see the girl told him that he needed to be fast, as it is not something like grazing cows that one does very slowly and very patiently. And she mentioned that if he stood in the middle of the road for that long time, what would happen to him? He would probably be turned into chutney. And on the other hand, Velu's heart was so much racing. He was totally confused. It was beating fast. He was surprised when he looked back at the central station and the traffic that they just came out of. And he could not believe that he managed to come alive out of the speeding traffic. Then, as they moved along the length of the road, they saw huge signboards over them, the advertisement signboards. And Velu couldn't understand what was written on them because it was all in English. But he definitely saw the pictures of bunions, car tires, pens, and a woman holding a box on them. The girl turned onto a wide bridge and walked up. Velu stopped and peeped over the railing. Under him, the road ran into the city. In the distance, he could see huge buildings and towers and more roads. See that big building with the wall around it? If you are not careful, you will soon be counting bars there. The girl grinned and pointed at a huge building. Velu squinted and read the Tamil sign, Central Jail. Why? I haven't done anything wrong. You don't have to do anything, just don't get caught, that's all. Here we can see the girl took a turn to a wide bridge and began walking. And Velu just stopped to look over the railing, and he saw a road under him that connected to the city. A bit far away, he could see tall buildings, towers, and some more roads. The girl warned Velu that if he was not careful, he might end up counting bars in the big building that has a wall around it. She pointed at the building as she smiled broadly. Velu tried to read the Tamil sign that said Central Jail and asked the girl why he could be there if he hadn't done anything wrong. Then the girl told him that he did not have to do anything except be careful and not getting caught. What does she mean? Velu wondered. Meanwhile, the girl was already heading down the bridge with a sack on her shoulder. What was in it? He had seen her putting plastic cups into it at the station. What are you carrying in that bag? Things, bottles, paper. Velu wondered what she was doing with them. but he felt shy to ask any more questions. It was still morning, but the sun blasted down on the tar and Velu's bare foot burned. It was not like walking on a mud road. He was soaked with sweat. He tried hard to walk in the shade and keep up with the girl at the same time. She walked really fast. How far away was the food? That is a question that is sustaining in the mind of Velu. Now, Velu thought to himself what she meant when she told him all this, that about the central jail and all, what she actually meant. And as he was wondering, she kept walking down the bridge with her sack. It doesn't matter for the girl. And Velu asked himself what was in the sack. And he had seen her picking plastic cups at the station. Then he finally gathered the courage to ask it aloud. And she told him that she puts things like bottles and paper in the sack. And this made Velu think why she collected these, but he was too hesitant to clear out any further queries. So it was not yet afternoon, yet the sun glared and heated the road that caused Velu's naked feet to burn because they are in Chennai and it is such a hot area. So now Velu's naked feet is about to burn. And it was nothing similar to walking on a mud road because this is a tar road. Previously, he used to work on the mud road. And he was sweating even though he tried to walk in shade. At the same time, he kept up with the girl as she was very speedy. And he wondered how long they have to walk before they get to the food.